Some of the coolest cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Are TCG exclusive themes, world premieres that come out in North America and Europe before they come out in Japan. They give us TCG players a lot more time to be creative without having a lead to follow. And the most recent of which to come international was Ashen, a theme that you guys all loved, and myself included. But for every fantastic theme like Ashen, or even cooler ones than Ashen, like in my opinion Burning Abyss, there's a couple stinkers. Archetypes that seem to have no synergy or strategy. They kind of just fall apart at the seams, even when they have cool visual designs and lore. Today we'll be talking about one of those decks, and I'll be fighting my absolute best to make it as good as possible. And it's a challenge because these cards really lack any sort of identity. Of course, I'm talking about the very famous Pistina. Wait, sorry, no, Tistina. Okay, say you've never heard of the Tistinas before. They were released a couple years ago in the TCG, and they were a theme of monsters with a first wave support that was somewhat promising. They're all aquas that seem to be like different types of rocks, you'd find in caves, like stalagmites or... Oh god, I haven't been in geology class in a long time. What are the name of the rocks? Moment. Stalagmites and stalactites. There you go, that's the word. Apologies. They're pretty much just rock formations with water almost, and they create the Tistinas, which doesn't seem that cool, but you look at the arts and you see a whole vibrant world of gems and illustrious formations, and that is kind of cool. I'm not sure what the exact lore of the cards is, but to me that is something that's interesting. And as a super nerd, any sort of creative idea will get me intrigued. Crystals are no exception. And the theme did start off with some solid cards that you could play. So let's go off with the first one that I find to be the most important, Demigod of the Tistina. At level 10 with 2000 attack, which is an aqua like the rest. And it says if you control a Tistina card, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then you can add a Tistina spell or trap from your deck to your hand. This is a really good card. We talked about already, and the spoiler, the deck's not very good, but this card is a lone individual piece. It's really powerful. It summons itself and searches with very few strings attached. And it's important to note that it says if you control a Tistina card, not monsters. That means when you have a field spell, continuous spell, it can summon itself really freely. It's more flexible than a sprite. And that's not all it does, because it also says during your opponent's turn, if you control a crystal god Tistina, quick effect, you can change as many monsters your opponent controls as possible to face down defense, then send all faceable cards your opponent controls to the grave. And that's also pretty good. That's very good disruption. And because it still sends face-ups to the grave, it beats Lynx and normal monsters. As well as booking cards that can't go into the graveyard is very premium removal. There's not really a reason this deck should suck if this is the core. However, the rest of the cards start to spread out in very random directions. For one, there's only one Crystal God monster, meaning if you wanted to use that secondary synergy from the Demigod, you only had one option, and that is Crystal God Pistina. It is a level 10. This is during your main phase. You can do the same thing where you book your opponent's monsters face down, and then send all his cards your opponent controls to the grave. This is no longer a quick effect, as well as it's rather slow, doesn't include a clause to summon itself. This card, not particularly powerful. Next effect says if it's destroyed by an opponent's card, you can then do the same thing to book all your opponent's stuff, and then send any face-ups to the grave. So yeah, this card, not fantastic. The biggest problem with it is that it has no way to summon itself, as well as no immediate impact on the board, leaving it very vulnerable to both removal, negation, and for a rather high commitment resource, it's not great. And unfortunately, no other Crystal God Tistina cards exist, so it's not like you have other options to use Demigod with. And for that kind of synergy falls into the back burner in terms of what you're focusing on with this deck. And if that looks kind of, unpromising, it only gets worse. Moving on, we got Sentinel of Tistina, another important monster in the deck. Another Aqua level 3 that says if it's in your hand or grave and control a Light Tistina, you can special summon it from your hand. Light Tistinas are going to be your big level 10 and your rank 10 dude. And yes, there is a rank 10 in this deck. You can target a Tistina monster or a face-down card you control to destroy it, and then add a Tistina card from your deck to your hand. This card is pretty solid. It can summon itself, its extension, it can search. That's great. However, it's still a little awkward with this deck being level 3, not level 10. So you can question if it's really the right fit for everything going on here. Still a good card. Then we've got Hound of the Tistina, which can also summon itself when you control a light one, from hand or from grave. So constant good recursion. This one lets your Tistinas attack directly while your opponent controls the face down. A lot less valuable, but still free bodies. I may think with all those free bodies, maybe this deck uses Links and Exceeds, but they're different levels, so Exceeds don't really work except for rank 10s. And then for Links, or Fusions or Synchros, there's no tuners, there's no fusion spells or contact fusions, and there's no Links either. So it kind of just doesn't have an identity. It's summoning random bodies for the sake of random bodies. And I'm not sure if it's supposed to be setting up a double tribute summon for Krista Tistina, but I shouldn't have to tell you that double tributes are incredibly inefficient. And surely, like any other sort of play would be better. But there are some other okay Tistina cards, so let's keep going. We got the field spell, Divine Domain Tistina, which lets you send a Tistina from your deck to the graveyard, then your opponent controls 3 more face-up cards, especially like Krista Tistina from your hand or deck. Okay, this means as long as there is some setup, Krista Tistina is a little bit easier to summon, while also searching for Tistina graveyard effect. That's fine. Then if this card is in your field zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can summon a Tistina monster from your deck or grave. Pretty solid. Not going to be the most proactive thing in the world, but still, it's not bad. You've also got Breath of the Tistina, which lets you normal summon Tistina in addition to normal summon set. You also can try to face a monster you control, or if you have a light Tistina, want to face a monster in the field, try to face down to add any Tistina from your deck to your hand. Alright, continuous spell and field spell. It seems to look very good with Demigod Tistina, and we get even more consistency when we look at the next card, Fallen Tistina, which says you can send it from the hand or field to the grave to get the field spell and place it. As well as a face-up spell, Trap Tistina, you control to destroy opponent's card effects while it's in your grave. You can summon Tistina light monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So, okay, this is looking pretty good. There's some sort of strategy here. But then think about it. You can't make any interruptions with the cards I listed going first, except for generic IP stuff. Because Demigod into Crystal God is not easy to set up, and your opponent needs face-up cards for Breath to do anything. So instead now we have incredibly complicated multi-card combos just to end on Crystal God plus Demigod, which is vulnerable to removal and negation. It's actually not that good. So where you have some powerful effects, it's missing something that ties it all together to be a cohesive combo or more multifaceted in terms of disruption and extension. It lacks all that. And when we got second waves of support and more with this deck, we were hoping for more. And instead we got cards that I don't even play in this deck. Like a level 5 Tistina monster, I can't even tell you the name of. I don't know why there's level 5 in this archetype. It doesn't make sense. But there is one. So, congrats. And the rank 10 we got is honestly probably not worth even playing, but I've included it in the deck. It's a generic rank 10 that says if it's summoned, you can send all face down cards when controls to the grave. So in tandem with your Demigod or Crystal God can be okay. And then once per turn, if it has Crystal God as a material, you can detach it and it gains 2000 attack. And if it's destroyed with material, you can summon Tistina from your grave. It's really not that impressive. Vaudeo is just a better card, and now that that's out, I would almost rather just summon Vaudeo every single game. So it's weird because this is a classic case of promise being there. There are good cards, but it doesn't come together to make anything cohesive. It's kind of just a bunch of random effects of varying quality that can generate a couple pluses, but then you have to fight hard to scrape together an SP pass. That's classic bad deck building. And it's unfortunate that's really all the Tistina cards allow. But I do have one solution, and it's one that I don't think you guys may like very much, but fans of this deck and fans of the channel, hopefully, like myself, may cut me a little slack as there is actual synergy here. And of course, talking about the fact that Tistinas are Aquas. And what is the best Aqua deck ever made? Probably the best deck ever made. It is Tear Element. Yep, it's Tear. So this is the deck that I'm playing. You can see Kit Kalos is here, and she is Bay. You got a Tear monster and then Aqua for its fusion summon. So it works very well with your abundance of Aquas. As well as, remember, your green and orange Tistina monsters, for some reason, are just good in the grave, so milling them, even without fusing for them, is nice. And you can convert them into better sources of value. Also playing a one of searchable play of Tistina, which is just a shit monster reborn. You need something to search sometimes that sends you an extra monster, or sets up rank 10s better, because Vaudeo, as you can see, is in there. as well as you get some bonus synergy with your Sentinel Testina. Should you target a Testina monster or face down card you control to destroy it. And this matters because you can set your Trivikarmas and other cards that you want in the grave alongside Sentinel, destroy them with Sentinel, and then get to add a Testina card from the hand, as well as to accomplish your grave filling tasks. And if anything, you may reckon you play more Testina targets, or rather more good cards to set for extra synergies, but I don't want to clog too much, as well as with Sentinel not being the most flexible card to summon, if you aren't able to get to Demigod fast, then it can just sit on the grave dead. It still needs the right conditions in order to activate. But that is the strategy. There is synergy with the milling, there is synergy with the Testinas, there is the Aqua synergy as well, and that leaves me with this. It's really effective in a grind game because you get the free materials every turn for Lynx and XYZs. The level 4 Hound of Testina works well into Redoer and Zoo monsters, which Tier already does. As well as will get you access to the many different graveyard effects the Tier has to offer. And overall should be a pretty comprehensive game plan. With that said, let's see how our Tier Stina deck holds up in ladder. Alright, I have won the roll up against Lightning here. And looks relatively solid. Got a good combination of Tier and Testina cards. So let's get started. Actually, if this gets stopped, this will suck. Okay, Fenrir is pretty good. So now I have a card to book with Breath, which is going to be important. Because I will need this to get going, unfortunately, if this doesn't resolve. But I'm going to lead with Tier cards here to kind of force disruptions. And it looks like there's nothing, which is awesome. Okay, so I can kind of be a little more aggressive here. I don't want to have to book this. I'd rather not, very obviously. So I can go for... I don't know why I activated it. I can use it later, but I just gave away free information to my opponent. I was going to say activate Grief and get Rhino Heart to start the Tier stuff. Okay, send this off. And this is going to be a classic Tier play I've shown on the channel before, where you go Rhino Heart, you chain the Tier cache. That way you don't have to discard anything, which is a cool kind of quirk of the deck. Yeah, it's going to resolve. Perfect. So, and then I'll be able to book the Tier cache. Go banish the Rhino Heart. I'm going to resolve the Kick Close first, obviously. I'll be able to resolve the Tier cache. That'll be cool. Let's go Chain Quenching 2, play around Ash. A toggle from the opponent there, or was that nothing? I can't really tell. Mill 3 on my end. Snow Caldo is criminally broken. That's so good. And what am I putting back here? Tier cache or... No, I'm putting back the Rhino Heart, right? Yeah, the Rhino Heart. Or it gets banished, but I want to be able to book the Tier cache for the Breath. So now let's do this. Tier resolves. Perfect. So let's get Scream. Now I'm going to use Breath to turn our own card face down. This is the one that I don't care about the most right now, so book it. I'm going to add from deck to hand Sentinel. I think I'm going to add Sentinel because this can pop this now, or I can pop the Trivikarma. I had extra normal summon. I think I just pop Mill first. Rhino Heart. Okay, so now this is live either way. So I want to just pop this. I get 2 mills as well. Trivikarma gets me a trap card though, which is really nice. This kind of clogs my field a little bit. Does it really clog my field? I don't know if it does. I'm gonna pop the Trivikarma, I think. Alright, so let's pop the Trivikarma. From deck to hand, what do I want to add? Probably Demigod, right? Add another card. Add Demigod. Now I'm going to... I already have this in hand, so I'm just going to do this. Get back the Rhino. Cool. Mill 5 cards. Cool. Mill for Snow is awesome. There's Crystal God, so I have a Vaudeo play set up. Now, how do I want to link off these? Did I mill another field spell? I didn't, so I still have the field spell I can add. Field is a little clogged, unfortunately. Alright, special summon. And search from deck to hand. Let's get the field spell. Or I can go Appaloosa, then IP. Is that better? Or IP with these two. It's not great. I kind of have more than I know what to do with, to be honest. Or I can go Phoenix with these two. Go Appo, and then I'm not going to go IP. I think that's fine. And then instead of Trivia Karma getting a trap for a tier card, it'll give me follow-up. Not follow-up. Yeah, follow-up with Grief. That's what it'll do. And then I'll have the full book with the Tistina stuff. So let's dump a card. The Hound Engrave as well. It's going to be constant flow of resources for following turns. And then special out both. And now they don't know that I have the play of the Tistina in hand. So I could set it and not use it this turn. I'm not going to make Vaudeo because I'm going to have enough negates anyways, I think. I'm going to have negates with the Appaloosa. I guess no spell and trap negates, but I think it's still fine. Did I mill any of the I did mill the spell. Okay, so my Lightning Storm, I can chain that. Although they're not going to be able to kill my back row effectively, I think. I think it is pretty bad for them to do that. This is okay. This is more than good enough. I have enough cards to banish for Snow. I got Keldo. Yeah, I'm chilling. Actually, the downside to holding this play that's in here is Called by the Grave would be kind of annoying. It doesn't target though, so I'd be able to dodge the call. I'd still be able to revive something, but this would go missing. But there's enough good Call by targets in the grave anyway that doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, Appaloosa should check this just fine. I also have Keldo. I'm not worried about this. I can also clear it with Demigod, which is really funny. I'm gonna special summon. Okay, sure. The play sometimes makes sense, although not often, truthfully. Yeah, that's not too scary. Obviously, this does threaten this if they just go battle phase, but I do not care. Black Witch. Okay. They succeeded to special summon a monster. They didn't use the effect. I do not know why. They're trying to play around the Fenrir, I guess. But I'm just gonna revive the Crystal God, and then let's immediately just book their field. I should send to the grave as well now. Send a card to the grave. Yes, which will trigger this to nuke itself as well. And yeah, now there are 2 cards left. I still have so much disruption. Volcanics, no effect. Okay. What else we got for me, dude? Typhon. You think a Typhon scares me? Yeah, I'm evil villain laugh. Let's put him out of his misery real quick. Power of the Tistina. That's the field zone, right? Yeah, so don't banish that. And obviously the nice part is here during the follow-up, these would both come back as well. So this is where the deck can kill very effectively in a grind game. It's 2 extra link fodder that turns into Zeraboros later. Put that face down. Put that shit face down. End phase. Let's put back his runic so it doesn't blow up my board. Obviously, like, I could negate with Appo, but you never know if it gets Ghost Ogre or some shit. Turns to my hand. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Draw. I mean, like, I can, like, book, like, reflip up stuff. Research. Get another Demigod. And I'm just going to make a Vaudeo here to insulate from whatever nonsense there is. They're free add. Don't mind if I do. If I needed the space, I could do something. Yeah, no, this is, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is more than enough. There is Vaudeo. Flip. How much defense did I have? 3,000. So this is enough. Just this. Cool. Not going to keep them held hostage. Though obviously I can do much more from this point. And, you know, I wonder if I need to include more links in the deck to take advantage of the free link fodder, but at the same time, like, it's hard because there's not that many good generic links you can really use. You can play like Sidler Hat Rabbit and stuff, but I did not need more for my first turn. Like, I was super comfortable there. I didn't need it. And then requires me playing a brick, so I have to look for link monsters that require no main deck card commitment. I don't know if any exist. Anyways, that was a very easy game one. Uninterrupted, obviously, but it was not remotely close. Okay, so I won the roll here up against Cyberslock. And we got Standby Phased Fualos. Okay, so I can't special from the extra deck too much. And here is a little awkward, but we can definitely make this work. So first off, let's go Breath of Tistina. And I want this to resolve, so we'll check for Ash here. Obviously, booking a Medora feels ass, but I can put it back in the grave with Sentinel. Not going to chain. And then let's get our Demigod. This is going to be bait for Ash here. If it gets Ash, I'll probably just look at his hand and pass, because I'll have follow-up. And I'll have Maxi. And that'll be good enough. Okay, didn't get Ashed, which is nice. So I get to add Make the hand here. I'm going to add the Play, because I already have the other two cards. Cool. Now let's go into Divine Domain. Tistina. Effect. That got ashed. Why is that the card that got ashed? Now do I just draw instead? I almost want to just draw cards, because now I have so many broken draws that, like, I already normal summon, I guess, so tier cards are a little awkward. I kind of look at their hand. I still have follow-up. Why did they ash that? It's so weird. Yeah, I'm going to look at their hand, actually, and just not go for the draw, because I don't want to extend anyways. And Maxi should carry a fair bit. I wish this was not face down, but... Okay, I mean, I guess I hit their engine card. Call by and cross out. Set this to... They know what it is, but... Bluff. I guess I can normal summon this. Oh, I already normal summon, never mind. But it's I'll normal summon it and make IP, but... Or SP, but... Or normal summon, so... Yeah, pass here. If they don't do anything, they will lose, but... Obviously... We know they have call by cross out, so if they draw engine, I can't stop it. Set. That's a good sign. Phase. So set call by, probably. And that means we are free to play now. And there should be nothing they can do. Hell no, it's so funny. I'm just playing Shuffler Tistina. Alright, Thumb from deck to grave. And Sentinel? Yeah, let's go Sentinel. Yes. I should flip this up and then book it face down. Just to get all the value I can out of it. They have nothing to book for me right now. Book. Get another Crystal God. Or a Demigod. Get more free value. There's a toggle here. They can call by this now. Which they might. But I mean, I can still normal summon this, so I don't care. I also threaten making Vaudeo in a second. So I guess I should have made Vaudeo before sending. That's actually very stupid of me, but they made concern. Oh, they just quit. Yeah, no, they this game, even if I can't kill them this turn, it's over. At this point, I'm gonna set up more than they're ever gonna be able to deal with. Like, here's the thing: the Tistina cards aren't brilliant, but they do generate resources pretty well over time. So when you can back them up with an immediate power source, which it's supposed to be tier. In this case, it was just they use 2 hand traps and 9 talons. When you have the immediate fronted sources, the long game is actually fine because Demigod is fantastic and the recursion of the smaller ones is solid, and the continuous and field spell are both also solid. So those are all like above card quality cards. It's just they lack this sort of bridge together. This case obviously ended up just being value, but yeah, pure Tistinas for the win. All right, we have lost the die roll up against the Lone Stoner here, and looks pretty good. Fair bit of non-engine. This is just tier cards. There's no Tistinas. Obviously, that may change, but yeah, I'm happy with this right now. Nothing more to do besides wait though to see what they do. One of this is Ice Barrier. Oh, it actually is Ice Barrier. That's hilarious. Well, people just give away what they're playing with their fields. It's so funny. Just to be thematic. Okay, Mirror Mage, Effective Search. Yep. So this board might be a little hard to crack if they do have a way to stop Maxi. If they don't, then we're obviously chilling. Okay, which one is that one? That is specials from the hand. Okay. And someone's a token. Oh, sorry. A very girly sneeze, I know. But, oh God, okay, call by, yeah. Their hand is pretty good. They have a lot of extension. That hurt my head. That sneeze. Okay, so let's see what they end on. The problem is they have like a card that stops spell cards. And if they do that, then obviously my hand is 4 spells. I do just lose. So yeah, let's see what happens. We know they have the token generator in hand. Bear into floor. Okay, and that's not the end of the world for me. I can deal with that because I have 3 cards that should trade into it. And then special summon. This is a tuner. Is a tuner. So they did not use this one special from the deck. Interesting. Okay. Looking for an enemy. Are they going to bring it back now? Or is it too big? It's too big, right? 15 or less. So what does this get back? Mirror Master? And then they get tokens. Okay, so that sounds... Yeah. And then they go into Lancia. And that's the one that summons from the deck. Okay, I got it. I understand the vision here. Tribute that. Okay, so they're gonna have one last card left in their hand. I don't know if you guys do that as well, where you'll mix the sentences together, like the words in a sentence. Like I knew what I was going to say, but it all kind of blends. This doesn't make sense, right? Wait, is that right? Because I thought it's supposed to be oral. Yeah, this isn't actually Lancia. Lancia's a 9, right? So this is short. You gotta draw off coral, but what am I missing? Oh, is it one of the... Oh, sure. They can go for Crocosaur and get 4 draws, 1 off this, 3 off Croc. If they're looking for hand traps, that's pretty good. Depending on how many hand traps they play, that might be better for them. Yeah, they're going for the Croc. Okay. Crocodile. Crocodrigo. Draw. They block it from the ash. They're going to do this, that. Yep, draw 4. So that is scary. Although they've used a majority of their extenders in theory, right? They used this, and they used both effects of this. And that's what I'm mostly concerned about. Oh, Ice Jade. Okay, that's kind of annoying. That is an extender. Starting Wayne. Okay, that one's not important. Wait, why did you discard this? Oh, your opponent has to control a monster. Never mind. Okay. And then 10 here into Ice Jade or Chen Ying? Probably Ice Jade, right? Wait, Lancey's a 10? I thought it was a 9. Guess it's a 10, and I'm a moron. Okay, so this is looking a little scarier now. It's still going to hold a card in hand to pop with this, or hold 2 cards, which is concerning. Oh, Breath. That's not the worst. Okay. Of course, I need a monster on field in order for it to work, but we'll try get there. Effective Search. If this draws an interaction, either discard 2, negate here, or they do nothing. Grass does mill like 13 cards right now. I'm gonna discard 2. Okay. Ice Barrier and the token generator. Okay, cool. So I can talents to deal with this. Chain Ice Barrier to dump and add. I don't know if that matters for anything. What does this do when it leaves the field? Personal Ice Barrier from your deck. Interesting. We get to add back 1. So I might actually not go for grass here because it might just be guaranteed like good play if I go for Talon's Steel instead and then Breath. What did they add back here? They added back Mirror Mage. That's follow up. Let's try and take control. Negate. Yeah, so now I have the thrust. And if I get grass, I'm gonna mill 14 cards. And then do tier stuff. And then this is live, which is scary. I can't negate this now. I guess I never could negate. So if I go Steel, Lancia. And then I control it. I get to book it. At Sentinel. Is that good? I'm not sure if this is good enough is the problem. What is the correct play? I don't know what they summon from deck though is part of the problem. Is there one that's going to hurt my graveyard effects? I think it's still grass, unfortunately. I think it still has to be grass because otherwise I don't know if I have enough. And I can't get into the tier cards. This isn't Sulic. So yeah, let's just mill 14 cards. There's tiers. There's both. Yeah, that's so good. Like that's so powerful. Effects of Havness. Meta Noise, add back, heart probably. I have the extra summon. And then tier cash, and that's all I have to do. That'll trigger this obviously, but I think it's okay. Oh, and then I may as well search for this for grief, right? Assuming I have one left. Get grief. Good grief. I'm so dumb. Okay, that's not bad. Hit Final Heart. I think I'm a Kaleido to spin this back. Actually, it's pretty good. And I have, you can see a plethora. Oh wait. Okay, I don't have multiple Rhino Hearts. Almost messed myself up there pretty bad. All right, you can see an extreme abundance of Aquas here. So that's not a problem. Okay, effects now. Let's see what happens. Lancia effect special. And how many times a turn can I do this? It's twice per turn. So yeah, they get to summon twice. All right, let's see what they got. If it's someone from Grave, can I summon the Ryo? I can. Okay, so probably gets Ryo then, right? What does this one do? Your opponent can activate the effect of monsters in the graveyard. Oh. That is annoying. It is annoying. Okay. It's not normal summon only or special summon? Okay. It only works special summon. So I guess add from deck to hand, I'll add Havness. Interesting. A special level 5 or lower Ice Bear from the grave. Level 5 or lower. Can I summon Ryo? No, it can't. I don't remember these. Okay, no, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. So what does this one do? Spells and traps from your opponent's field or banished. Wait, spells and traps sent from the field to the grave. Okay. And it searches. Okay, I'm not gonna use Havness just yet. Freezing Chain. Okay. So now let's go Breath. Okay, okay. I'm going to have to book this, I think. I don't think I need the mills right now either, unfortunately. As crazy as it is. Oh, this is live is the problem. Oh, but I have this engraved, so it actually doesn't matter that much. Add from the hand. Probably at this, right? Or is that this to special this? It's probably that. Special this. Yeah, that's better. You get more bodies in field because Baron's already used. This can't be impermed anyways because it all resolves in the hand. Okay, add a card. Yes, field spell. Field spell, right? Yeah. Now I'm gonna get the Crystal God from the deck. Is Crystal God engraved? No. Cool. Special from deck. Okay. I'm not going to use this because I don't know what's going to be summoned. That might be a mistake, but honestly, I have no clue. And that's not a good thing to say. I don't know this deck well enough. Yeah, opponent used the monster effect resolve and must discard a card. Other effects negated. Yeah, I do not care about this. Cool. An effect sent from deck to grave, and I already have everything in the grave, so I'm just going to send another one of the floating trap things here. The fallen. The floaty boys. Floaty boy. Fallen and Thistina. Special summon a monster to get out the Crystal God. And okay, we have Crystal God here. Time for us to play. And then effects. They'll book their entire field. Chain Imperm. Okay. So what does the rank 10 do again? Discard from the activation. No, because we're already stopped. Is this the Zeus angle then? Or do I keep playing from this point? How do I trigger it again? I can't, right? I'll face down card from the falls to the grave. Yeah, that'll help me. Been used twice. Alright, I need to go. Vardrush. I think this is a Zeus angle. Alright, battle. Attack. In phase 2. Zeus. And if he wants to pop the Zeus, then obviously he can. Oh, you can't even discard 2. Maybe I should have attacked this because I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill my own things here. Or discard a card for the Ryo. Discard a card. Yes, discard Grief. I don't need this. Okay. Get close effects. Oh, they special from extra deck, right? Okay, I did forget about that. I'm running out of time. I wish I knew the Ice Barrier cards better so I could play into this board better. But truthfully, this is hard for me. Scream is fine, but I'm not going to use this because it just Trish bans it otherwise. Oh, this doesn't work. Does it miss timing? Oh, it misses timing. That's hilarious. Okay, nice. I still have a Sharon in the deck, right? Yeah, I do. Yeah, this is still all good. Probably should have the other way, but I should mill Snow guaranteed here. I wish I had the Thistina card still to make the free Link monsters, but this is fine. 3 more. Cool. Nothing to send because I milled the wrong order. Going to Kaleido Hearts. And they just conceded. Okay. Yeah, because at that point I had the Shufflers. I was going to make IP there, and I have IP, Kaleido Heart, Volcalos, Sulik, Havnus. We were big chillin'. Bit stressful with time there, and there is no doubt in my mind I played that wrong. However, the point is you have a lot of removal at your disposal, so we had a lot going for us. I also wonder if there was a better way to play around Imperm there. I feel like there has to have been a better way to play around it, but with the clock, I needed to go for a line that I knew was relatively safe, and I knew that book into Zeus should work. Now they could have gone Croc, discard 2 to pop there, but I'm pretty sure I float if they pop the Crystal God. That's not a problem. The Croc might also be once per turn. I don't even remember. It also had more extension past that is the point, so it wasn't so simple. I don't think I ever used Sentinel there either, actually. So I think I could have revived Sentinel and used it to pop something first, just to give myself a little more value before nuking off my entire field. So that may have been a mistake. Yeah, that's the cool part about the deck. I have to discard a card though for the Raiho if I did that. Or I'd go attack over the Raiho with Vardrush, I mean phase 2. Yeah. The point is I had other options. So I don't think I really did that properly. But that's where tier is super cool. It's not super obvious. As well as you have supplementary engines. Thistina does that pretty well. Big amount of them. And they're pretty good at breaking fields. They're honestly more awkward going first than going second, which is a good thing to complement a deck that is so good going first, like Tyr. So yeah. All right, and that was Tyrstina, a very cool deck that I feel like has not gotten enough appreciation, largely in part to how different Master Duel is from the alternative formats, and leaving the only place you can really explore this deck being here in Master Duel. I have looked at it on stream before, and it always surprises me as despite this Tyr getting such a bad rap as the worst TCG exclusive deck ever and incohesive and all that, this actually works fine. There's definitely maybe improvements to be made, and I encourage you guys to go and explore it for yourself, but there is synergy there. It does work. So go try it out for yourselves, and I'll see you guys all next week. Peace.